Ladies and gentlemen, dreamers and doers, today, I invite you to awaken a power that lies dormant in every one of us. A force so great it can transform lives, build empires, and turn ordinary men and women into legends. That power is the ability to think and grow rich. But riches begin in the mind. Success is not a product of luck, inheritance, or chance. It is a deliberate outcome of a definite purpose, burning desire, and relentless persistence. What you think, you become. What you hold in your mind, you can hold in your hand. The first step, desire. Not a wish, not a hope, but a fierce, consuming desire that burns in your soul like a wildfire. The kind of desire that keeps you awake at night, that pushes you when you're tired, and that drives you to keep going long after others have given up. The second, faith. You must believe fully, completely, and without a shadow of doubt that your goals are already yours. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Faith, on the other hand, moves mountains. When you have faith, the impossible becomes possible. Third is autosuggestion, the power of repeated affirmations. Speak your vision into existence. Tell your mind daily what you expect of it, and your subconscious will begin working with you to create the reality you've declared. Then comes specialized knowledge. You don't need to know everything, but you must know what matters in your field and be willing to learn, adapt, and grow. Find mentors. Study relentlessly. Turn knowledge into power through action. And perhaps most critically, you must develop persistence so unshakable that no rejection, no failure, no setback can stop you. No setback can stop you. Success belongs to those who refuse to quit. Remember, every adversity, every disappointment carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Surround yourself with a mastermind group, people who elevate your thinking, who challenge you to rise, and who fuel your vision with shared energy. Success is not a solo act. It is a symphony of minds in harmony. Friends, the principles of Think and Grow Rich are not just philosophies, they are action steps. They are tools, strategies, and laws of success that have built the greatest achievements of our time. If you apply them, truly apply them, nothing can stop you. So decide today to think with purpose, to grow with belief, and to become rich, not only in money, but in vision, courage, discipline, and faith. Riches begin in the mind and end in your reality. Now go think and grow rich. Desire is the spark that ignites the fire of achievement. It is the inner force that pushes ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Without desire, nothing begins. No mountain is climbed, no dream is chased, and no invention is born. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill emphasizes that desire is not just a fleeting wish or a casual hope. It is a burning obsession, an intense longing that consumes your thoughts and fuels your every action. When a person truly desires something, they begin to think differently. Their mind starts working like a magnet, pulling in ideas, people, and opportunities that align with their goal. This kind of desire is not passive. It doesn't wait for perfect timing or ideal conditions. It demands action. It drives individuals to step outside their comfort zones, to take risks, and to persist even when things get tough. Hill tells the story of Edwin C. Barnes, a man who desired above all else to go into business with the great inventor Thomas Edison. Barnes didn't know Edison personally. He didn't have money, experience, or connections. All he had was a burning desire. But that desire was so strong that it carried him across the country on a freight train, gave him the courage to walk into Edison's office, and kept him working tirelessly until he achieved his goal. Eventually, that same desire made him a partner with one of the greatest minds of his time. Desire shapes identity. When your goal becomes more than just something you want, when it becomes who you are, it begins to take root in your heart and mind. You stop seeing obstacles and start seeing solutions. You stop asking if it will happen and start preparing when it will happen. This is the mindset of winners. This is the mindset of wealth builders, leaders, and visionaries. However, desire alone is not enough. It must be specific. You must know exactly what you want and be willing to sacrifice, learn, fail, and try again until you get it. Vague wishes bring vague results, but a clear, focused desire backed by faith and action becomes unstoppable. Desire gives you direction. It sharpens your focus and filters out distractions. It keeps you going when motivation fades and when others doubt you. It becomes your fuel on the road to greatness. In the end, every great achievement, from personal success to world changing inventions, can be traced back to one thing: someone, somewhere, wanted it badly enough. They had a desire so strong that no excuse, no failure, and no fear could stop them. That's the real power of desire. So if you want to change your life, don't wait for the perfect plan. Start with the perfect desire. Let it grow, let it drive you, and let it transform your thoughts into reality. Because all achievement begins the moment you truly want something and decide you'll do whatever it takes to get it. Faith is the bridge between thought and reality. It is the invisible power that turns dreams into action, into results. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill teaches that faith is not just a religious idea. It is a mental state, a belief so strong that it pushes doubt out of the mind and replaces it with certainty. When you have faith in your vision, your ability, and your future, you unlock a force within you that reshapes your world. Every achievement begins in the mind. You think it first. You imagine it. But imagination alone is not enough. Many people dream, but few believe. Faith is what separates wishful thinkers from doers. It is the emotion that gives life to your thoughts, the energy that fuels your persistence, and the foundation that holds you steady when the world around you shakes. Faith is a choice. You don't need evidence to start believing. You create belief by deciding that your dream is possible and then acting like it is already yours. When you repeat that belief often enough, your subconscious mind accepts it as fact. That's when things begin to shift. You start thinking differently. You speak with confidence. You move with purpose. You attract people, resources, and situations that align with your vision. Hill said, "A faith is the only known antidote for failure." Why? Because faith gives you the courage to take bold steps, even when the path ahead is unclear. It keeps you going when results are slow and setbacks come. When others give up, people with faith press on. They are not controlled by fear, because faith and fear cannot exist in the same mind at the same time. One must dominate. You get to choose which one wins. Great leaders, inventors, entrepreneurs, and visionaries all had this one thing in common. They believed in themselves and their mission, even when no one else did. Thomas Edison had faith that he could create the electric light despite failing thousands of times. Henry Ford had faith that the average man could own an automobile, even when others called him crazy. Their success was not born out of luck. It was born out of faith-backed action. Faith also activates the law of attraction. What you believe deeply and consistently becomes what you experience. If you believe in failure, you invite it. If you believe in success, you create it. Your outer world always reflects your inner beliefs. But faith must be fed daily. You feed it through positive thoughts, affirmations, visualization, and action. You surround yourself with people who uplift your belief. You speak life into your goals. And most importantly, you refuse to let fear have the final word. In the end, faith is the key that unlocks your highest potential. It turns your thoughts into movement, your vision into reality, and your future into something greater than your past. So believe boldly, fearlessly, and fully. Because with faith, all things are truly possible. Autosuggestion is the method by which you influence your own subconscious mind through repeated thoughts, affirmations, and beliefs. Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich called it one of the most powerful tools for achieving success. Why? Because the thoughts you feed your mind every day become the foundation of your beliefs, your habits, and ultimately, your destiny. Every word you speak to yourself matters. Every sentence you repeat in your mind is a seed you are planting, either of confidence or of fear, of greatness or of doubt. Autosuggestion allows you to take control of that process. Instead of allowing negative thoughts to shape your life, you consciously direct your mind toward your desired outcomes. The subconscious mind does not question what you tell it, it accepts it as truth. It doesn't care whether what you're saying is good or bad, positive or negative, empowering or limiting. It simply absorbs what is repeated with emotion and belief. That's why it's critical to feed it only the thoughts and words that reflect the success you want to achieve. Imagine telling yourself every day, I am confident, I am successful, I attract the right opportunities, I achieve my goals. At first, it may feel strange, especially if your current reality doesn't match those words. But repetition with emotion is the key. Over time, your subconscious begins to accept these affirmations as fact, and your actions start to reflect those beliefs. Autosuggestion is not just positive thinking, it is intentional programming. Just like a computer runs on code, your mind runs on the thoughts you consistently input. If your mind is programmed for lack, fear, and doubt, you will make choices that reflect those beliefs. But when your mind is programmed for wealth, confidence, and success, your decisions and behaviors align with that new reality. He'll emphasize that autosuggestion works best when combined with a clear, definite goal and a strong emotional desire. The more vividly you see what you want, and the more passionately you speak it into existence, the more power your autosuggestions will have. Visualization and affirmations go hand in hand. They create a mental picture and emotional connection that solidifies your belief. You must also guard your mind against negative autosuggestions from outside sources, critics, media, or even your own fears. You are the gatekeeper of your mind. Don't allow others to plant weeds in your garden of success. Speak your own truth and do it daily. Make it a habit. Start and end your day with your affirmations. Write them down. Say them out loud. Record them and listen as you sleep. This is not fantasy. It is focused mental conditioning. Just like the body needs regular exercise to grow strong, the mind needs consistent, intentional thoughts to grow successful. In time, you will see the shift. You will think differently, act differently, attract differently. That is the power of autosuggestion. It reprograms your inner world so that your outer world must eventually match it. Persistence is the force that separates those who dream from those who achieve. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill highlights persistence as one of the most essential principles of success. It is the consistent, unwavering effort toward a goal, even in the face of difficulty, failure, rejection, and delay. Talent alone is not enough. Intelligence alone is not enough. Even opportunity is not enough. Without persistence, none of them will lead to lasting success. Every person who has ever accomplished something great has faced obstacles. They've encountered failure. They've been told no more times than they can count. But what made them different was their refusal to quit. They kept going when others stopped. They showed up again and again, no matter how many times they were knocked down. Persistence isn't glamorous, and it often goes unnoticed, but it is always the backbone of achievement. When you persist, you train your mind to believe that success is inevitable. You stop questioning if it will happen and begin focusing on when it will happen. This mindset gives you power over fear and discouragement. It keeps you moving when motivation fades and results are slow. Most people give up too soon, right before the breakthrough. Persistence ensures that you make it to the other side. Hill tells the story of R.U. Darby, who stopped drilling for gold just 3 feet away from a rich vein, then gave up and sold his equipment. The man who bought the operation struck gold exactly where Darby had quit. The lesson is clear. Most failures are temporary unless you make them permanent by giving up. Persistence is what carries you through the valleys of doubt to the peaks of success. Persistence builds character. It strengthens your will. Every time you push through resistance, you become mentally tougher and emotionally stronger. You learn resilience, patience, and discipline. These qualities compound over time and create unstoppable momentum. It's important to note that persistence doesn't mean doing the same thing over and over again without change. It means being committed to the goal while being flexible in your approach. If one method fails, try another. No. If a door closes, look for a window. The persistent person adapts, evolves, and keeps moving forward. Surrounding yourself with people who support your persistence is also crucial. A strong environment, a clear vision, and daily reminders of your why will help fuel your determination. Keep your goals visible, speak them aloud. Track your progress. Celebrate small wins. These actions reinforce your belief and make persistence easier. In the end, persistence is not just about endurance, it's about transformation. It's about transformation. It turns fear into faith, defeat into determination, and setbacks into setups. The person you become through persistent effort is stronger, wiser, and more capable than the one who started. So, when the path gets tough, and it will, remember that every obstacle is a test. Pass it with persistence. Keep going, keep believing, because the only true failure is giving up before the miracle happens. The concept of the mastermind is one of Napoleon Hill's most powerful ideas in Think and Grow Rich. A mastermind is a group of individuals who come together in harmony to share ideas, support each other, and pursue a common purpose. It is not just a team. It is a powerful source of mental and spiritual energy that multiplies the abilities of each individual involved. When you surround yourself with like-minded, goal-driven people, your capacity for success increases exponentially. Success is never achieved alone. Behind every great leader, innovator, or entrepreneur is a network of thinkers, advisors, mentors, and supporters. The mastermind operates on the principle that when two or more minds work together in harmony, they create a third invisible force, a third mind that is greater than the sum of its parts. This collective energy sparks new ideas, offers solutions to problems, and keeps each member accountable and inspired. One of the most valuable benefits of a mastermind group is shared wisdom. Each person brings their own experiences, strengths, and insights. When faced with a challenge, what seems unsolvable alone can be quickly resolved with the help of others. The group provides multiple perspectives, which leads to better decisions and faster progress. Another critical advantage is emotional support. The journey to success can be lonely and filled with doubt. A mastermind group offers encouragement when things get tough and celebrates your wins along the way. It keeps your vision alive when your own motivation may start to fade. Being around driven individuals inspires you to think bigger, act bolder, and stay consistent. Hill pointed out that some of the greatest fortunes in history were built by people who utilized the power of the mastermind. Industrialists like Henry Ford, Andrew Carnegie, and Thomas Edison all surrounded themselves with talented, visionary individuals. They understood that no matter how smart or capable you are, your potential is limited without the input and energy of others. To create your own mastermind, start by identifying people who share your ambition, values, and goals. These don't have to be people in the same industry or profession. What matters most is that they are positive, growth-minded, and committed to mutual success. Meet regularly, whether weekly or monthly, and focus each meeting on progress, solutions, and shared learning. You must also contribute. Contribute. A mastermind is not about taking, it's about giving and receiving equally. Offer your insights, listen with intent, and lift others up. The more value you bring to the group, the more you will receive in return. Ultimately, the mastermind is a multiplier of energy, creativity, and results. It accelerates your growth, sharpens your thinking, and keeps you aligned with your purpose. In a world where so many try to go it alone, those who embrace the mastermind principle gain a decisive advantage. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with the mastermind. That is how you multiply your power and build lasting success.